In Two Ways to Belong in America, Bharati Mukherjee reflects on the contrasting experiences of herself and her sister Meera as immigrants in the United States. They both came from India in the 1960s, intending to return to their homeland, but their paths diverged significantly. Mukherjee introduces their shared background, highlighting that they were born into a Brahmin family and were raised with traditional values, yet their perspectives on adapting to life in America ultimately became strikingly different. Myas Perspective. Clinging to Indian identity. Meera represents the immigrant who seeks to maintain her cultural identity while benefiting from opportunities in America. She chose to remain an Indian citizen, enjoying the privileges of her host country while preserving her heritage. Meera married an Indian man in a traditional, arranged ceremony and adhered closely to Indian customs. Her connection to her culture was unwavering, and she preferred the role of a resident alien, focusing on her work and community rather than fully assimilating. Bharati's perspective. Embracing change. In contrast, Bharati represents the immigrant who fully embraces the process of assimilation. She married a Canadian-American man of a different ethnicity, defying traditional expectations and choosing a lifestyle that integrated her more deeply into American culture. She became a U.S. citizen, viewing the act of naturalization as a means of claiming her place in her new country. Bharati accepted the sacrifices and transformations required to belong in America, seeing them as necessary for her personal growth and identity. Shared beginnings, divergent paths. The sisters' contrasting approaches to belonging stem from their shared but different interpretations of cultural identity and personal freedom. Both women initially came to America with the intent to study and return to India, but their choices and marriages shaped their destinies. While Meera maintained her ties to Indian culture and resisted Americanization, Bharati embraced the melting pot philosophy, seeing adaptation as a means of survival and success. Cultural shock and immigration policies. Mukherjee delves into the challenges immigrants face due to shifting U.S. immigration policies. She recounts how Meera felt betrayed when changes to laws threatened her long-held resident alien status. Meera viewed these policy changes as unfair, especially to immigrants like her who contributed to the nation's workforce and economy without seeking full citizenship. This legal shift amplified Meera's sense of alienation and her decision to cling even more tightly to her Indian identity. Bharati's perspective on assimilation as empowerment. Bharati, on the other hand, saw the evolving immigration laws as a natural aspect of belonging to a democratic society. She considered assimilation not as a loss of identity but as an evolution of it. By becoming a U.S. citizen, she believed she gained a voice in shaping the society she lived in. Her view of cultural adaptation as empowerment contrasted sharply with Meera's perception of assimilation as a betrayal of one's roots. The emotional strain of displacement. Mukherjee also explores the emotional toll of immigration on individuals. Meera's refusal to assimilate left her feeling disconnected from American society, and her outrage over immigration policy changes exposed the fragility of her position. Bharati, though fully integrated into American life, acknowledges the challenges of straddling two cultures and the pain of losing certain aspects of her Indian identity. The essay captures the tension between longing for cultural preservation and the necessity of change. Sisterly bond amid differences. Despite their opposing choices, Bharati and Meera maintain a deep bond as sisters. Mukherjee emphasizes their mutual respect and understanding, even as they disagree about how to navigate life in America. Meera's discontent with America's expectations of assimilation does not diminish Bharati's appreciation of her sister's strength in preserving her values. Similarly, Meera admires Bharati's courage in forging a unique path, even if she doesn't agree with it. Broader implications for immigrants. Mukherjee's essay extends beyond their personal story to reflect on the broader immigrant experience in America. She highlights the complexity of identity for those who leave their homelands and the diverse strategies immigrants adopt to adapt to a new society. Her narrative underscores the idea that there is no single, correct, way to belong in America, as each individual's journey is shaped by their values, circumstances, and choices. The essay concludes with Mukherjee's acknowledgement that both she and Mira have valid approaches to belonging. Myra's resistance to assimilation and Bharati's embrace of it represent two distinct yet equally important immigrant experiences. Through their stories, Mukherjee illustrates the nuanced and multifaceted nature of identity, belonging, and cultural transformation in America. She challenges readers to consider the diversity of immigrant perspectives and the importance of respecting each individual's path to finding their place in a new world.